and someone gives you too big of a dab, like one where you're coughing and it pulls it down into your lungs. Like I've taken had that happened to me before, and then like afterwards, like I'm literally like reanalyzing my entire life in my head to where I'm like literally having a fucking
you think hard.
Straight up meltdown.
I had a full-on panic attack.
Yeah, like fucking dude, I can't
Like,
believe that I fucking asked out that girl in 6th grade and she fucking said ooh and laughed at me. Fucking Let's talk about some weed, guys. Okay? Fucking, I don't know if I'm gonna make anyone uncomfortable here, but fucking, I had a dream last night, and I've been having super lucid dreams since I stopped smoking about November. November was going through some shit, and fucking, it was making me just super anxious, and I just kind of stopped. I got back into it, and it did help me a little bit, but I realized that, like, at the end of the day, it's helped me stay more motivated. I'm not as lazy. Fucking, I kind of in the stance now that weed smoking does make you lazy. Fucking, congratulations, Mom. You were right for the past 14 years.
Congratulations.
But yeah, I had this super lucid dream last night where I was like back at my St. Al's, my middle school or grade school that I went to. And I was like a TA, like a teacher's assistant, learning how to teach and stuff like that. And like I was going through the classes and stuff like that, and like all the classes were not by age or anything like that. They were by like the intelligence of the kid, and they were giving the kids like Percocets and Xanax as fucking brain pills and stuff like that.
This will make you smarter.
Dude, yeah. And fucking, well, it kind of made me, it was like, is this like some subconscious thing that's bringing up like the weed that you've been smoking hasn't been helping you your entire life? Because I was against it and I was fighting it, and apparently one of the chicks that fucking I haven't seen in probably 15 years that I went to grade school with was like the principal at the school, and she was telling me, she's like, I don't know how you got here, I don't know how you're gonna fucking stay here. And it was stupid, but fucking I had this like super lucid dream. And another crazy thing about it was like this the episode of South Park where fucking like Timmy and Jimmy become Crips, like, and all the crippled kids become Crips or whatever.
So
the
funny.
one kid that's like trying to fuck everyone over, like the big nosed fucking talks with the fucking Jersey accent, fucking, you know who I'm talking about. I think his name was like Tibbs or Jibs or some shit like that. He was one of the kids that I was teaching at the school.
You talking about the kid that like looks up like this, like his face is always like kind of like leaned back.
He's
like,
got the really fat kid that's with him that just is just like a yes man all the time.
And he's trying to get like at Timmy and Jimmy and get some fucked up shit to happen to them or whatever.
Yeah.
There's an episode that he's in. If it's the same kid.
Yeah, he's
where
a recurring character.
Yeah, where they go to the like special kids camp and like he gets raped by a shark and shit. Is that the kid you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, but it was weird because like he was animated, like South Park animation, and everybody else there was just like a regular kid or whatever. And I don't know who these kids were, but apparently you don't fucking make up any faces.
No, you've seen every kid.
Recycle dreams that your brain's seen in real life.
Yeah, but the whole dream that I had, it kind of brought up this fact, like, I've been having these super lucid dreams, and I've been kind of enjoying like recollecting them and fucking remembering them when I wake up or whatever. But it also brought the question to mind, like, I've been a lot more motivated, obviously, fucking, like I said, since December, about when I stopped smoking weed. This has been the longest consistent streak that we'd had with the podcast or whatever. I just kind of want to raise the question, does pot make you lazy?
Yes.
I don't smoke weed, so I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, Bailey's never been much of a weed smoker, so she might be able to talk about other people, but no.
I'm not 100% sure, like, based on, because, like, whether it's indica or sativa, like...
Good point.
Like... I've never
once felt a difference between indica or sativa. I think people are just bullshit.
I have with carts. Like, that's the only time that I've ever been able to tell the difference enough. But there's certain strains of weed that have both in it. So like
hybrids.
They're a mixture of the two. So like in that aspect, I don't really like. I've never been able to notice enough like when I used to like smoke flower and shit like that to where like it made a difference. But I know, I mean, at different times of my life, it like I don't smoke anymore. No, just kidding. when I did, like it, like there were times where I used to go and play basketball and do all kinds of shit and like, go to my job and do all this shit, and like it didn't really have an impact. But there's definitely times where like when you don't have anything to do and you're just sitting there and you smoke, like where you just end up taking a weed nap and fucking just laying there and eating some munchies and
couch
like,
potato.
The one thing that I will say that fucking might be a little bit of a negative from doing it is the fact that like I wouldn't even call it a negative, but I don't sleep as long. So, like, I've found that I'm able to get, like, 6 hours of sleep, and sometimes I do have more restless nights, and the dreams might even make me feel more restless when I wake up. But I don't get that solid, like, 9-10 hour fucking hours of sleep and wake up.
Like
and
the
shit
deep,
like that.
deep sleep.
But even then, you wake up feeling sleazy and you're kind of drowsy or whatever. But I also know people who, like someone that I was hanging out with last weekend.
No,
fully functional.
20
like,
years since I was a kid.
Yeah,
yes,
rolling up every 20 minutes and he stays active with it. Yeah, like I know that, but I do feel like a lot of people use it as justification and fucking say that it helps them do that, and they don't. It's the guys that don't talk about that it really helps.
Well, I mean, if you like look at NFL players and stuff, like ones that like aren't in the NFL
great
anymore,
for recovery.
It will, and they talk about like obviously when they were NFL players they couldn't talk about it because of getting tested and stuff. But like Pat McAfee and Pac-Man Jones and like they talk about it all the time. Like, and they're professional athletes that are trained, have a training regimen and doing all this stuff. And I don't know their specific cases.
Joe
whether
Rogan talks about it all the time. How he smokes on his podcast and like he'll do it to fucking like enhance conversation or like after he's done training or whatever.
Right.
Is like
that's what I was gonna say. Some people that smoke all the like still smoke daily smokers and stuff, they won't smoke all day long, but they'll smoke like at the end of the day when they don't have X, Y, and Z to do anymore or whatever, like after training and stuff like that.
And keep in mind too, like when I've smoked, I haven't been I used to be a daily smoker for years. There was a time after high school I got really into it and was smoking all the time, and then I stopped for like a good year and a half, 2 years, and then got back into it. But when I got back into it, it was like after work I might smoke fucking 2 or 3 half bowls and then go to bed or something like that, and then it's slowly just like maybe 1 bowl a day, and now it's like none at all. So like there is limits to it, and it can definitely be fucking useful, and there's medical fucking uses for it too. But when it comes down to it, I'm talking about the guys that fucking blow down every day and are like, oh, it helps me fucking with my glaucoma or fucking
lazy or no? You think it makes you lazy?
Okay, so I am going off what you said with the different strains.
Indica and sativa,
Sometimes the hybrids, they smoke differently.
Yeah.
Like sativa or like a hybrid, I don't know, like you get different effects sometimes. Like it'll be smoking like an indica or like a hybrid or what am I saying?
Yeah,
a sativa.
No, I totally think that there is a major difference in them.
I mean, I don't know, like I don't really smoke that much anymore. Like I used to smoke, like you were saying, every day, like
20
before work,
a day
after work, before a meal, after
school.
meal. Yes, like literally, I would smoke before going into school.
Yeah.
Stopped for like 2 years, and I started having lucid dreams.
Yeah.
Like literally thought.
It's a common thing that happens with every person who stops smoking. All of a sudden they're able to dream again. It's one thing. It stops you from hitting REM sleep.
Yeah, it stops you from being able to dream.
It helps you fall asleep, but it doesn't help you get a full night's sleep.
I've heard of situations where people that like from I believe it's from alcohol more that like they like from not being able to get into that,
alcohol's the same way. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but from not being able to get that dream sleep and stuff, like eventually like it's spilling over into their awakeness. Mm-hmm. Like being completely awake and like basically tripping.
So it's literally lucid.
Easy.
Wait, what is that? Like it's not lucid dreaming, right?
Lucid dreaming is where you're dreaming where you have like kind of
like
control over it, and you can like.
I've been having lucid dreams too, but I don't smoke.
Lucid dreaming in this aspect is more you're able to remember it because we always dream. If you hit REM cycles or whatever, you're dreaming, and you wake up and either don't remember it or rapidly forget it. Like the story that I told at the beginning of this was fucking butchered compared to what was in my mind. This morning because I just forgot certain parts of it. But yeah, that's the one thing about dreaming is lucid dreaming is like when you wake up, you're able to actively remember it. Our buddy Colin, fucking Christian's friend.
Oh,
yeah. You know, fucking he's one of those guys who fucking he's an active lucid dreamer and does like the fucking he'll take control of his dreams and start flying.
So he tries to
and when he wakes
dream.
up, he fucking immediately wakes up every morning and fucking starts writing down in a notebook his dreams and stuff like that so he can like analyze it.
Well, sounds like he could make a movie out of one of those.
Well, maybe depends on because fucking the dream that I had this morning was not movie material whatsoever. Like dreams are a bit all over the place, but you might be able to find some subconscious thoughts like I did today, like the whole fucking Percocet and fucking Xanax to the kids or whatever. It was just kind of like a thing where like the fucking drugs that you think are helping aren't necessarily helping type thing. So
I mean, when I stopped smoking for like, I don't know, it was like a year. My first, like, I still remember every detail to this dream.
yeah.
Like, I woke up in my dream, and there was a world full of boats.
Yeah.
And every boat was a different world. But everybody on this world was everybody that I knew, but not that soul in the body,
Like
I
almost
guess.
each boat had a category for the personality of the person that you knew, maybe?
Yeah. Like, I would see somebody that I wasn't, like, really friends with, and they would, like, just... I don't know, it was weird. Like, they would talk to me and be like, hey, how did you get here? I'm like, why are you talking to me? They're like, oh, well, you just look like you're new. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And I woke up, and it felt like I didn't sleep at all.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like I was in, like, a fourth dimension. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it was
That's
weird.
That's kind of the way that I've been feeling recently. Like, I wake up, I have these dreams, and I'm sitting there, and, like, I feel the same way. Like, I wake up, and fucking I feel very tired and exhausted, but once I get up out of bed and start walking, it's some of the more energized that I've ever been after a good night's sleep type thing. So.
Yeah, because your brain's doing, like, work times 1,000 because, or at least it feels like it when you're there.
Well, you burn calories in your sleep.
I don't know exactly what you guys said while I was using the bathroom, but like I think that lazy people are going to be fucking lazy whether they smoke weed or not, and like people that want to be motivated. And
But
get
I
up
think
and do
the weed
things,
It's a hard cycle to break.
I definitely think that it can, and I feel like an idiot because I can't remember which one it is, indica or sativa. That one of them is supposed to.
Indica's the like more drowsy, help you
Yeah,
sleep, and sativa's
like,
the more like let's go take a walk. Fucking
Or clean the whole house.
Like I've definitely felt that difference before for sure from that. So
I feel it. I can't smoke sativas. If I smoke sativas, I freak the fuck out.
yeah.
Joe brought over a
It was, like, really
dark.
dark.
It was 100% indica, and I was like, I can't smoke that. Like, I'm fine. He's like, no, Bailey, you need to, just smoke it. I was like, you know how many people have fucking told me you need to just smoke it?
Yeah.
And I smoked it, and I was like, I could do that every day.
Well, we can. Oh, really?
That's
Yeah,
the first
it was
time.
awesome.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh.
Yeah, because I've seen you fucking take like a dab before, and you were not.
No,
you were
just
not,
shut down.
Yeah, but I guess we can kind of get into that. I don't necessarily like the whole like I fucking trust me. I'm fucking a class 1 fucking peer pressure. I'm really good at fucking peer pressuring people. But I've always said fucking weed, fucking, and I've had my bouts with fucking a lot of shit fucking in the past. But like when it comes down to it, the most extreme, anxious, psychedelic tripping experiences that I've ever had have been
Getting
from
too
weed.
high on dabs.
And that's why fucking for like the adult life since like fucking mid-20s and on, if someone's like, hey, I don't want to smoke weed, it makes me anxious, I'm like, hey, don't offer them weed. And there'll be people who are like, no, dude, he hasn't had my weed before. It's like,
Exactly.
no, bro, fucking some people just do not react to the shit the same way you are.
If
And I
you're
don't
not-
fuck with that
If
shit.
you're not used to dabs and you like, if you've never smoked dabs,
Bailey.
or just don't smoke at all, and someone gives you too big of a dab, like one where you're coughing and it pulls it down into your lungs, like I've taken like had that happened to me before, and then like afterwards, like I'm literally like reanalyzing my entire life in my head
bro.
to where I'm like literally having a
Dude.
fucking
You think
A
hard.
straight up meltdown.
I had a full-on panic attack.
crazy.
Yeah, like fucking, dude, I can't
Like,
believe
why
that
do
I
I do
fucking
this?
asked out that girl in
Yeah.
6th grade and she
Yeah,
fucking said
exactly.
ooh and laughed at me.
Exactly.
Fucking, yeah.
Reanalyzing my whole life back to like thinking about decisions, like why did I say that to that person? Like
Yeah.
why
am I
think,
so aware of my teeth right now? Fucking,
That's a thing, I swear.
why do
Like, you
I
feel your
act
teeth
the way
moving.
that I do? Yeah, that shit's fucking very crazy real. Like
Yeah.
There was...
nah, that shit can put you in some spots, man.
No, there was this one time, I don't know, I was sitting on the front porch and Bailey was coming home from work. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I'll see how it goes. Like, I haven't done it in a while, so. We go to Walmart. I'm in the car. I'm like, oh man, like something's wrong. Like I'm sitting weird.
Why
I feel
are there
weird.
so many bugs on top of me?
No, I was freaking out inside, and I was like,
It's
Bailey.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, she had the music turned up, so I was like trying to vibe with it. I was like, all right, just get your head in the music. I'll be fine. No. It's like, you need to turn the music down right now.
Turn the
Just
music
like-
Yeah, I
down
was
and
like,
stop the car.
Literally.
We're
What is
in the
wrong?
parking lot. We're not moving. Stop the car.
There's always that fucking analogy that fucking fucking being drunk will make you fucking run through a red light, think it's green, and fucking being high on weed will make you stop at a stop sign until it turns green.
Yeah. But I'm fucking freaking out, and I told Bailey to turn down music, and she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like,
Like, she
"I feel
looked
like I'm
like she
having
was
like an anxiety
tweaking.
attack. Like my heart's beating out of my chest." And she's like, "Your heart rate's fine." I'm like, "Oh my fucking
You
god!"
know what I said? I said, "This is how I feel every time you tell me to
fucking
smoke."
weed will make you feel like your heart is popping through your chest.
I know.
It was the worst anxiety attack ever. Like my whole body had a heartbeat. Like my brain felt like it was popping out of my eye sockets.
Well, next time you say,
horrible.
Bailey, just smoke with me one time. Just smoke with me. Remember that. Because that's how I feel every
I know
time.
people that have only ever smoked one time and then like had reactions like that, and they like are just so turned off by it, and it's like probably because you got way too high the first time you smoked. Like,
In moderation.
yeah, if you just like barely like it, like now I don't smoke at all. If I were to just like load a small bowl and like not even cash it, just like hit it once or twice, like I'd be perfect, you know, and
Don't
like,
take the whole thing.
and be cool with that. And like
there's tolerance breaks, man. You take a break from it for a little bit, it's gonna hit you way harder when you come back.
yeah, and then that's why, you know, the who we were talking about a minute ago, like smoking all the time like that, like
Right.
like when I used to do that, I would feel like I'm not even getting high because of how much I'm smoking.
Your
like, all the
tolerance
time.
is super high.
Yeah, it just like doesn't have
And
an
don't
effect.
and don't get me wrong, it has its medical uses. Like it slows the rate at which cancer, it helps the like glycoma and stuff like that. People use it for anorexia because it gives you the munchies and it helps them eat and stuff like that. Like it does have it. I remember there was a good time fucking in my life where like I would smoke just after work or whatever, a long day, just because it would help me take the edge off. Like
Yeah,
just
right.
relax.
It's like having a
Relax.
beer
It
at
do-
the end of your
yeah,
day.
It does have its advantages, and like I'm not judging anybody from using it, but since I've stopped smoking recently, it's just got me to a point where like I'm more active, I'm more willing to do shit, and fucking I'm just happier with life. So
Well, if you're smoking all the time, you don't really want to do that much. Like when I used to smoke all the time, I would smoke, sit on the couch, eat, smoke again, eat again, sit
you
on the
were being
couch,
lazy.
play video games,
yeah.
smoke again.
Yeah,
like
and especially when you have like full-time jobs and fucking obligations that you have to do.
Right.
It's like once you get that first smoke right after work, it's like it gets lazy, but then it fucking keeps you fucking in that rut of
your
fucking-
whole day's gone.
Yeah, because you're gonna go back and do it again. Like, oh, now I'm not high anymore. Let me get the old fucking smoker again.
Yep.
So, but fucking, I think that we've also done that one a good amount. Fucking, we have some good topics today. But let us know in the comments what you think about weed. Fucking, do you think that it makes people lazy? Does it fucking help you at all? If you are one of those people that just are genuinely more active and think that your life is better with it, fucking let us know in the comments, y'all.
Some people just like that.
He's like, let's do it.
It's like, no, we're gonna keep going.
Some people that have like high anxiety all the time, just when they go out and stuff, like when they smoke, it like really helps to
It
where
does
they
help
can be
people with
social.
anxiety.
Like so,
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah.